The Minister for Education and Culture, Myron Warren, has challenged former Education Minister Fahie to bring proof of students who attended the then BVI Technical School who were reintegrated into the Elmore Stout High School. Minister Walwyn was speaking on the issue of unemployment and education.
The vast majority of persons who ended up on our youth employment register, the vast majority of them passed through what was there before we got there in 2011. I am saying publicly that the issue of unemployment is at the feet of the minister at the time and at the feet of the Virgin Islands Party, and they must own up to it. They must own up to it. Now you hear them saying that it was the NDP that put the school there. Yes, the school might have been there during the time of the NDP, but I'll tell you something about education. And the former minister is there looking me in the face. A former minister is looking at me. Education is a dynamic concept. Sometimes you might do something in 2003, but you have to keep your hand on it and change it based on what is happening in the present circumstance. In 2003, when the school was there, it was put in place for a particular purpose. Remember literacy and skills program? Yes, that's where we were at that time. But as things change, as the country changes, as the needs in the country change, so must education change. And nothing changed. He sat on it from 2003 and did absolutely nothing. And now he's saying to us that he improved the program, and you had people going into the school who were reintegrated into Elmore Stout High School. Not one single student ever went into Elmore Stout High School from that school in Barber State. And I am challenging him tonight to bring the name of the one student, and don't tell me John Leonard. Bring the name of the one student that went into that school from there. The only students that came out of that school would have gone to the alternative secondary program, and it was only a handful of them. They failed the young people of this country, and we are trying our best now to get them back on track to have a good future.
Minister Walwyn says former Education Minister Fahie has been running away from the subject of education since the start of the 2015 election campaign. Walwyn revealed that draft regulations to guide the introduction of early childhood education have been sitting in the Ministry of Education since 2004. He says under his leadership, that document was eventually sent to the Attorney General.
Early childhood education is another area that we have to do some serious work in, and we have started to do some significant work in early childhood education. I'll tell you something. The Early Childhood Education Act was passed in 2004 when you were there, Dr. Smith. And there were some regulations that were supposed to come. The regulations were drafted by the Law Reform Commission. And those regulations sat there under the former minister, and he did not even lift a finger to do anything about it. Those regulations are now at the AG chambers because this NDP government, with this minister and his team, took up the document. We spent hours on it, deliberated over it, and now we're waiting to pass. You cannot improve early childhood education without the regulations to regulate the entities. We went further. We got UNICEF in here last year to come and do an assessment of the early childhood centers to tell us what exactly we need to do to build standards. We have the roadmap now, and when we get back into government, we're going to do some work on it. But I'll tell you this, pay attention. Pay attention. They have the young candidates, the new candidates now, talking about education. The former minister run from his wicket. Come and defend your wicket. Do not send the younger ones who don't have any track record to come and defend for you. That is what is happening. You pay attention. He gone on Dr. Smith now, talking about finance. Come back at education and meet me here. Let me talk about it. Let us talk about it. I will not answer any of the young ones I won't answer them because they're innocent. A lot of times they're talking things that he well responsible for before he choke them and tell them keep quiet. But I will deal with you on education. You come forward and deal with me.
The Education Minister says there is need for an independent school inspection unit to monitor and improve the standard of all educational facilities around the territory.
Right now, one of the things we're going to work on, we need a school inspection unit in this school, in this country. An independent body detached entirely from the Ministry of Education that will go through and make sure that certain standards are in place, that principals and teachers are doing what they're supposed to do, that the school is maintained well, and so on. It's time for us to get to that standard. We'll go out for some old teachers, because you have some people, Ronnie talked about them earlier, who still have some fuel in the tank. And we need to use their experience and their knowledge to form this unit, send them away to get some training to be school inspectors so that we can improve the quality of education here in this country. And we will get that done. Right now, we're doing a very good program at the Ivan Dawson School with computer education. We infused computers into the education process. And it's not just simply by having computer labs. Because I'll tell you this, computer was never part of the curriculum in primary education. It's now a part of the curriculum. And what we have done is that we've bought laptops and put a program together with IT teachers who are working with the classroom teachers as well to infuse education, ICT, in mathematics and English in all the various subjects. And the students are loving it. The other day we at Alexandria Maduro School, they had break time and the students didn't want to leave. The teacher had to say, y'all go play. Because they're so captured by what is happening. And so as we do these things to improve education, we improve the learning skills of our young people. And we want them to do extremely well.
Minister Walwyn was speaking at the NDP rally held on May 19th at Rudy's Bar at Mayor's Estate in District 2.